Welcome to the Writer's Life. Yeah. The place where you get the sights, sounds, smells, tastes of my particular writer's life, such as it is, and the place where you get the truth about the writer's life in publishing and stuff like that. Traveling. All sorts of good stuff like that. My eyes are dry, so I had to put some eye drops in there. Allergies get me this time of year, so I don't know, whatever. Plus, I've been staring at this thing way too much. But if that's how you make your living, that's how you make your living. So I had a question today from a fan of the channel named Lee, I believe. Sorry, Lee, if I got that wrong. I don't have it in front of me. And he was just wondering, what are other things that go into Depub, or what is also known as indie publishing, and how much does it cost, stuff like that. So I'm not going to go in great detail, but I'll just give you the basics right off the bat. So, like, your main investment is time, right? Because the time it takes to write a short story, or the time it takes to write a novella, or the time it takes to write a novel. So, in general, when I'm freelancing, journalism or whatever, I think I'm in general about $50 an hour. So, like, you might, if you spend, I don't know, like 20 hours writing something, 20 times 50 is whatever. That's how much your time costs for you to create that piece of intellectual property. And then the next thing you're going to need is an edit. And you can't go cheap on this. You have to you have to work with an editor who works with a major pub, and you have to pay those prices because that's what a traditional publisher would do. So that's like the next big expense. So like a novel for me will cost. I give my editor so much volume that she gives me a break. So like she might cost me for a 60,000 word novel like $1,200 or something like that. A novella generally will be like half that, and a short story can run maybe a couple $100, something like that. And then you need your artwork, and you can't go cheap on that either. This is a game where a book cover really does sell a book. You can't sell a book by its cover, whatever. Well, yes, you can. I have two artists who take care of me, and sometimes a third and a fourth, depending on what I need. But my editor does some stuff, and also I use another person who's really good. Really, really, he's expensive, but he's worth it. And then you need conversions to PDF for the paper and ebook for the ebook, and then you can also help pay for the audio as well. I don't, for the most part. I split it with I do the Audible exclusive thing where I split it with this guy I work with almost exclusively for all my male narrated books. Andrew Werlin is his name. He's a really good talent. And we just do the split deal 50-50 thing. To me it's just easier, and like as far as I'm concerned, like whereas audiobooks can be lucrative, once they took them once they took the money away from the free audio codes, like there went that cash cow, right? So it's just you're better off like for the sake of expediency, it's just better. You're better off doing that. Better off just partnering up with your narrator. Although you might have a different idea. My goals are not your goals. So, and this is just entertainment purposes only. This is just not advice. You do whatever you want to do. So in general, there you have it. Maybe by the end of the whole process, between your writing time and the cost for your employees, maybe you've spent $3,000 or something like that on a novel. And say that novel, this is where we get into the investment part of this, right? So you now have this intellectual property, right? and you're going to have it for the rest of your life, and your kids will have it for the rest of their lives, and their kids will have it, whatever. It goes on and on and on. Unless by some freak of nature, a traditional publisher comes in and says, "I'll give you $1 million for it." I think even then you should question it, because you'd lose your copyright. But anyway, it ain't gonna happen anyway, so don't worry about it. Although it has happened for some people, but anyway, forget it. So what you're gonna do is say, you're gonna price that novel around $3.99, $4, and that gives you like, I don't know, like your profit on for every ebook will be like $2.70 or something like that. So like say you sell like, I don't know, like 10 to 20 of them a month on average, which is no like gangbuster sales. Believe me, if a traditional publisher saw sales like that, they'd be like, get rid of this guy. But say you do that like over a period of a year, I think that turns out to that would be like, I don't know, I don't have the math in my head. But okay, let's make it easier. Say you're able to pull in like $100 a month from that book, and by the end of the year you've made $1,200 from that book. So it's going to take you a little less than 3 years to earn back the money you put into it. After that, it's pure profit from that point forward. You're also earning like what, 10 to 20% on your initial investment, $3,000 investment. Like, if you were to put $3,000 into a money market fund, or you'd lose money on it. If you were to put that into like a 401k, and you're getting a 10 to 20% return, that's fantastic. If you were to put that into Bitcoin, it would stink, because you're Bitcoin, you're getting like 200% return. But we won't go there today. So anyway. That's why you have to realize that the money you put into your Depub or your indie publishing is investment, and it's investment that's going to keep on giving forever and ever and ever. And I've had several books really take off. I've had one series in particular that's taken off, another series that's sort of taken off. I've had others that are just dogs, but that's still like at least 1 or 2 copies a month or whatever it is. So. That's what it is. So Lee, I hope that answers your question. It's pretty straightforward, and it really feels good once you look on the spreadsheet and you see that you have earned out your initial investment, and you're just making pure profit from that point forward. You only have to sell like 10 or 15 books a month to enjoy some real return on your investment. All right, I hope you guys are having a good day, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Ciao, ciao.